Hello everyone in the multiverse and beyond. This is your friend forever, Evan Lefavor, with a brand new video. Today, we are going to be discussing the truth about the communion ceremony. Okay? Just what the truth is behind the origins of the communion ceremony and why it is done. Okay? And the first thing you need to know is the Catholic Church was created by the same Romans that murdered Jesus Christ. Okay? The same Romans that murdered Jesus created the Roman Catholic Church. Okay? And they created the lie that them murdering Jesus was a good thing. And through their church, they wanted to brainwash everyone into believing that them murdering Jesus was a good thing. So they started the lie that his murder was a sacrifice, a blood sacrifice to take away the sins of mankind. Okay? Because these Romans, they knew that they could not control Jesus, and they could not continue to control the world if they left Jesus alive. So the only way to control him in the world was to murder him and then control his story through the Bible and through the church. Okay? So that is why the same Romans that murdered Jesus started the Roman Catholic Church. That's why the same Romans that murdered Jesus wrote and put together the New Testament as we know it today, the Bible as we know it today. Okay? So why is this important? Because the Roman Catholic Church is a cult. It's not even a church, it's a cult. And it's a cult created to disrespect Jesus Christ. Okay? That's why they created the image of the crucifix. And they had displayed in all their churches. So that they could celebrate the murder of Jesus Christ. So that they could celebrate the fact that he was murdered. Alright? And that is a horrible, horrible thing. Okay? To celebrate the murder of Jesus Christ is a very evil, horrible thing. Okay? But they created the evil lie that Jesus Christ's murder was some blood sacrifice to take away the sins of mankind in order to brainwash you into believing that Jesus Christ's murder was a good thing, so that you too would celebrate his murder along with them, the Romans that murdered him. Okay? So they created the Roman Catholic Church cult as a way to force people into disrespecting my son Jesus. Okay? They created this cult to brainwash people into disrespecting Jesus Christ without even knowing that they're doing it. Okay? And one of the biggest ways of disrespecting him outside of the crucifix and the image of his dead, desecrated body on the cross being turned into an idol called the crucifix that is displayed in all of these churches that these cults own. But the most disrespectful thing is the whole communion ceremony. Okay? It's not bad enough that there's a cult that worships and celebrates the murder of Jesus Christ. It's not bad enough that they do that every Sunday. But they also pretend to eat the body of Jesus Christ, and they pretend to drink his blood. Okay? You heard me right. This is a sick cult that gathers every Sunday to pretend to eat someone's body and pretend to drink his blood. Okay? And not only are they just doing this to a person, this is Jesus they're pretending to eat. Okay? And no matter what anybody tries to tell you, the Romans that murdered Jesus wrote parts of the Bible to trick you into thinking that this ceremony is something that Jesus wanted you to do, that this is somehow connecting you to Jesus whenever you pretend to drink his blood and pretend to eat his body. But what you don't realize, and this is the truth, is that the Romans that killed Jesus, they created the Roman Catholic Church cult in order to damn as many people to hell as possible. Okay? They want to get as many members to join their cult as possible, and they want to damn as many of them to hell as they can, at as early an age as they can. Okay? So what they do is they force these children to join the cult, and they force them to pretend to eat the body of Jesus and pretend to drink his blood. Okay? And why would they force them into this ritual? Because this ritual is designed to damn them to hell. Okay? That's what's really going on. Okay? Because in case you didn't know, anyone who pretends to eat Jesus Christ's body or drink his blood is damned to hell. Okay? Unless I say differently. Alright? Unless I choose to forgive them. Alright? Because it is completely sick to pretend to eat anyone's body. It is completely sick and evil to pretend to drink anyone's blood. It is sick and evil to say someone's murder was a sacrifice, a blood sacrifice, to magically make sins go away. To say that you're going to murder someone's son and say that that person is going to forgive you because you murdered his son. Well, I'll tell you right now, I am Evan Lefavor, otherwise known as EL or L. Okay, and I am the biological father of Jesus Christ. Okay? And it is not easy living in a world where every Sunday millions of people get together and pretend to eat my son and pretend to drink his blood. Okay? Do you have any idea what it's like to live in a world where there is a giant cult that does this sick ritual to disrespect your son? Could you imagine it? But that is what's happening. The Romans that started the Roman Catholic Church cult started it to damn all the Catholic Church members to hell. That's what they want to happen. That's why they started the cult. Because not only do they want to hurt Jesus, but they want to hurt everyone else too that they can possibly hurt. Okay? Because they don't care about people. As a matter of fact, they're evil. Okay? That's why you have so many molestation cases in the Catholic Church. Okay? Because this is a sick, evil cult. Alright? And this cult is involved with pedophilia as well. Molesting children, pedophilia rings. Okay, so not only do they pretend to drink my son's blood and eat his body every Sunday, but they do a lot worse than that. Okay? So you have to know the truth about what's going on. Alright? Anyone and everyone who's ever accepted communion is damned to hell. Unless I say so. Unless I say differently. So if you're a Catholic and you think that your religion is the only true religion, well, I'm sorry to break it to you, but you couldn't be farther from the truth. Your religion is an evil cult started by the same Romans that murdered Jesus Christ. Okay? They didn't care about his life. They didn't like him. That's why they murdered him. Okay? So that they can control you. And not only control you, but damn your soul to hell. because you had the audacity to pretend to eat Jesus Christ's body and drink his blood, as if that's something appropriate for you to do to anyone. Okay? Eating someone's body is called cannibalism. You understand that? There's nothing right about cannibalism. Okay? Cannibalism is an evil practice. Okay? Especially when it's ritualized cannibalism. All right? And drinking someone's blood, that's what vampires supposedly do. Okay? So, you know, while it might sound romanticized to be a vampire, or, you know, being a vampire and a cannibal is not cool when you're talking about someone's son. Okay, do you know how disrespectful it is to Jesus Christ and me, his father, for you to pretend to eat his body and drink his blood? All right, do you know how sick that is? But every time the priest consecrates the wine and consecrates all the wafers every Sunday, he is coming before God and declaring that they are literally believing that this is the literal body and the literal blood of Jesus Christ. And then after making that declaration, they force all of these unwitting cult members, young and old alike, into pretending to eat his body and drink his blood. Okay? And all the members of the cult, they participate because that's what they've been raised into. They don't see it as wrong because from a young age, they've been taught to do this. So they think it's right. They think it's right to pretend to eat someone's body. They think it's right to pretend to drink someone's blood. Okay? They think it's all right to murder Jesus. They think it's all right to do all these things because they've been raised into it and they've been brainwashed and trained not to question anything that they're doing. Okay? But newsflash, anybody who participates in the communion ceremony, their souls are damned to hell unless I save them, unless I forgive them for pretending to eat my son's body and pretending to drink his blood. And you're all lucky that I'm a really forgiving guy. You're lucky that Jesus Christ and I are forgiving and understanding and loving of everyone on this planet. Okay? Because you have no idea how disrespectful it is to have a cult pretending to eat your son's body and pretending to drink his blood every Sunday. You have no idea what it feels like to live in a world where there's this giant cult that disrespects your son, that disrespects Jesus Christ the way that this cult does. Okay? So now you know the truth, all right? When people give you communion, they're forcing you to be damned to hell by making you participate in a sick, twisted, evil ritual where you pretend to eat Jesus Christ's body and pretend to drink his blood. Okay, do you know how sick it is to pretend to do something like that? All right? It's an anti-Christ ritual. Okay? It's anti-Christ to pretend to eat the body of Jesus and to drink his blood. Okay? It's anti-Christ to do something like that. It's disrespectful to Jesus, and it's disrespectful to me, and it's disrespectful to everyone in Jesus' family and everyone who loves Jesus. For anyone to pretend to eat his body and pretend to drink his blood and parade around with crucifixes displaying and worshiping his dead, desecrated body. You know, if you love Jesus, you shouldn't want to see him dead on a cross. Okay, you should not want to see that image ever again. But this Roman cult, the same Romans that murdered Jesus, have brainwashed you into thinking that the symbol of the crucifix is a good thing, when it is not a good thing. Okay? And these Romans, do you understand that they did not create this church peacefully? That they forced the Bible onto people? That they forced people to participate in these traditions, in these rituals? That if you did not agree to become a Christian, that you and believe that the Bible that they wrote was truth, that they would kill you. They would literally kill anyone who didn't believe. Okay? And they terrorized people for hundreds of years. All right? Because of what the Bible said. All right? And what they said the Bible said. And all of this crap. Okay? So you got to understand, it's not cool and it's not right. All right? But luckily for all the Catholics out there, I am a very forgiving guy. I understand that you were raised into this cult outside of your own control. Okay? I understand that. I understand that you've been brainwashed to participate in these sick and evil rituals without even realizing how sick and evil and disrespectful they are. And blasphemous. Okay? People want to talk about blasphemy. Okay, what's more blasphemous than pretending to eat Jesus Christ's body and pretending to drink his blood? Alright? So there you go. That is the truth. Okay? The Roman Catholic Church cult was designed not to bring people closer to Jesus and bring people to heaven and save their souls. It was not designed to save anyone's soul. It was designed to damn people's souls to hell by forcing them to participate in sick and twisted rituals that they don't even know that participating in this ritual is damning them to hell. Okay? It's really sick. But like I said, chances are, if you're a Catholic and you've partaken in the communion ritual, I forgive you. Okay? I forgive you. And that just shows you how forgiving of a guy I can be. That I could forgive someone who's pretended to eat my son's body and drink my son's blood. Okay? Put yourself in my shoes for a minute. Let's say someone pretends to eat your son's body and drink your son's blood and parades around with the image of your son's dead, desecrated body around. Okay? See how you like it. See how you feel. Alright? So now you know the truth. The Catholic cult, the Roman Catholic cult, was designed to damn all their members to hell. And that's what the design was. That's why the crucifixes and crosses are all over the church, to keep Jesus Christ and his Father away. They want to keep me and Jesus away from the church because they know we don't want to see his body dead on the cross ever again. They know that we don't appreciate and approve of these sick, twisted, evil rituals, like pretending to eat my son's body and pretending to drink his blood. That is not how you treat Jesus. You don't murder him, you don't pretend to eat him, and you don't pretend to drink his blood. You don't do any of those things, okay? But the Roman Catholic Church cult has brainwashed you into thinking that it's okay to murder Jesus, that it was a good thing to murder Jesus, and that every Sunday you should pretend to eat his body and pretend to drink his blood. Okay? And it's a sick, evil conspiracy to damn your soul to hell. Okay? But luckily for you, Jesus Christ and I are a lot smarter than that. And even though it's a disrespectful slap in our face every Sunday, every time someone takes communion, it's still, we're not stupid enough to fall for the trick of letting anyone control who gets damned to hell other than us. Okay? And we forgive the Catholics who have participated in this ritual. Okay? We understand that from their perspective, they think they're getting closer to Jesus. We understand that even though we don't approve of this sick, twisted ritual. Okay? But we understand that they've been brainwashed into thinking they're doing something good, when in reality they're doing something that's damning their soul to hell. Okay? But like I said, chances are I choose to forgive you, so, you know. But now you know the truth, at long last, about the Roman Catholic Church cult and the communion ceremony, about the Eucharist and the body and blood, or whatever you want to call it. Okay? It's disrespectful. It's an evil cult ritual, and it's designed to damn the person who performs in the ritual to hell. Okay? So, if you truly love Jesus Christ, if you respect Jesus Christ, stop pretending to eat his body. Stop pretending to drink his blood. And stop worshiping his dead, desecrated body on the cross like it's a good thing. Okay? Because his murder was not a good thing. His murder was not a sacrifice to take away the sins of mankind. The sins of mankind only got worse when Jesus Christ was murdered. They got worse than they've ever been before on that day. They did not go away when his blood was spilled. When his blood was spilled, it cursed the human race forever. Okay? Not with eternal salvation, but with eternal damnation for what they did to my son. Luckily, though, like I said, Jesus Christ and I are forgiving people. You know, it was a select group of people that murdered him. It wasn't everyone that murdered him. And we're not going to punish everyone for what one group of people did, or what one individual did, or anything like that. Because that's not who Jesus Christ and I are. We do not damn entire groups of people to hell, okay? It's always on an individual basis, based on what you've done, on an individual basis. But the Roman Catholic cult has designed the communion ceremony to damn your soul to hell on an individual basis, because you participate in it. But like I said, me and Jesus are a lot more understanding than that. We're a lot smarter than that, and we're a lot more loving and caring than that. So we do forgive all the Catholics for participating in this evil, sick, twisted ritual called the communion. Okay? But now you know the truth. Okay? So thank you so much for watching this video. Thanks for liking and subscribing. And I will see you next video. This is your friend forever, Evan Lefavor, signing out. Until we meet again. Bye-bye.